We're going to discuss this all with Sami Nader, Director of the Levant Institute for Strategic Affairs. He's also in Beirut. Hi there, Sami. Is there ever going to be justice for the victims of this blast? Where are we now in the investigation, even the rebuilding of the port that's been so vital to Lebanon?
I'm afraid to answer directly your question that as long as this political class, this ruling class is in charge, there is no hope for justice. And 3 years after this blast, no one was held accountable, no justice to the parent of the victims. And this is because of the systematic obstruction of this ruling class, and there is no doubt that this political, and there are evidence that this political class, some of them are responsible of what happened. 2 judges have asked them to interrogate them, and the 2 judges, the first one was forced to resignation, and the second one is facing systematic obstruction. Some complaints were filed against him, and the state is not facilitating, is not allowing the High Court of Justice to rule on these complaints. And this is why we're facing a total paralysis. And what fed the anger of the people is like, as you have mentioned in the report, all those who have been held responsible and who were detained were released from the prison by a top prosecutor that is part of the political establishment as well.
But Sami, the political establishment is not going anywhere, and the people have tried to get them out. Those in power are still there. Lebanon effectively at this stage is a failed state, very sadly. Should the international community be stepping up here? Would Lebanese officials be open to that? Because France and America has tried, but those efforts have been thwarted.
Thank you for the question. This is a very important question, because when you are facing a failed state, or a state that is captured by a criminal elite, I would say. Why I'm saying criminal? Because they are obstructing justice of what is considered to be the first, the biggest non-nuclear explosion in the world that destroyed 1/3 of a capital and that wounded 6,000 persons. And despite this, no one was held accountable. This is why the parents of the victims are resorting to foreign jurisdiction in order to obtain justice. But more than that, there is a responsibility of the international community, because we're facing an international crime, a crime against humanity. What happened, it's not just a simple explosion. This is something very big. We are in a situation where a total population is hijacked. A state, the Lebanese state, is captured, and there is a responsibility for the international community to force justice, like the international community cooperate in order to set up an international court to judge those who killed the Prime Minister Rafiq al-Hariri. We were in a similar situation. And it's worth mentioning that some international investigators came to Lebanon after the blast, and they did their job, but no one know the result of these investigation and these probes. And I think there is a responsibility for those international government who send these investigators to release the information, at least to help shedding the light and the truth on this crime against humanity.
Sami Nader live there from Beirut. Thank you so much.